We all know the story of the moon landing. Or, we think we do. It was this amazing triumph of science, of exploration, human courage. But what if I told you the main reason we went wasn't really about science at all? Let's dig into the political drama, the human story that really got Apollo 11 off the ground. So here's the big question we're tackling. Was this whole thing about exploring the cosmos, or was it about flexing on the world stage? I mean, the scientific discoveries were huge, no doubt. But the real engine behind the mission, it was planted firmly right here on Earth, in the middle of that bitter rivalry of the Cold War.
To really get the moon landing, you have to see it for what it was. It was this brilliant move in a high-stakes global chess match. The real prize wasn't a bunch of moon rocks. It was winning over the hearts and minds of everybody watching back home.
And this is the crucial part. For President John F. Kennedy, who really got this whole thing started, space was the ultimate stage. The goal wasn't just about planting a flag. It was a clear, loud, undeniable way to broadcast American tech and, American ideals to the entire planet. And this just shows you how deep the strategy went. Every single rocket launch, every successful mission. It was basically a massive PR campaign. It was all designed to capture the imagination of these newly independent countries, to get them to side with the American vision for the future and not the Soviet one. Okay, but having a political vision is one thing. Actually making it happen 250,000 miles away, that's something else entirely. So now let's turn to the incredible people who wrote the actual code that made the mission possible.
And that brings us to Margaret Hamilton. Her words just perfectly capture the insane pressure the Apollo team was under. This wasn't some video game, it was real, it was incredibly dangerous, and the software had to be absolutely flawless. They were literally inventing the rules as they went along.
This photo is just iconic. It gives you a perfect visual of the sheer scale of what they were up against. That's her, Margaret Hamilton, standing next to the physical printouts of the flight software. Every single page in that giant stack was meticulously written and checked by her and her team. Hamilton's contribution was just immense. She wasn't just some programmer, she was a leader. She developed the very systems and discipline for how to build reliable software. In fact, she actually coined the term software engineering just to get her field the same respect as, building bridges or rockets. A true pioneer. All right, so we've got the code, the brains of the operation. But what about the machine it was running on? The Lunar Module, which they nicknamed the Eagle, was a piece of hardware totally unlike anything built before or, frankly, since. I mean, just look at this thing. It's all angles and foil. It's not aerodynamic at all because it never had to be. It was built for one job and one job only, to fly in the complete vacuum of space. It was basically a two-part vehicle, a descent stage to get them down and an ascent stage to get them home. And its engines were a lesson in what you might call brutal simplicity. You had the descent engine, which had the really delicate job of slowing this thing down from thousands of miles an hour to a gentle landing. And then, you had the ascent engine. Its one and only job was to fire perfectly, one time, to get the astronauts off the moon. There was no backup, no second chance, it just had to work. So with the political chess match set and the mind-blowing technology ready to go, the stage was prepared for the main event. A moment that, just for a little while, brought the entire world together.
Just look at this number for a second. More than 50%. I mean, what on earth could possibly get the attention of over half the people on the planet at the same time?
That's right. Over 500 million people, the largest television audience in history up to that point, all watched Neil Armstrong take that one small step. It was this incredible, shared human experience on a scale we'd never seen before.
And that really brings us full circle, doesn't it? For all the Cold War rivalry and the power plays, the final act of the moon landing did something kind of beautiful. It presented this vision of unity, a hopeful one, all led by America. For that one moment, it didn't just feel like an American achievement, it felt like a human one.
So if the Apollo program was such a massive success, a technological marvel, a political masterstroke that united the whole world, why did we stop? After the last mission in 1972, no human has set foot on the moon since. Why? Now that's a question we're thinking about.